time has come.
All my life, I have asked people one question. Who is Jesus? And when they say, I believe in him, I ask them something more. Do you know where he went after he died on the cross? His body was placed in a tomb, but his mortal soul, where did it go? And what were the first Jesuses?
Most people have never thought about it. They know he died. They know he rose again. But what happened in between? His body was placed in a tomb, but his spirit did not remain in silence. The Bible says he descended not into the place of torment, but into Sheol, also known as Hades, the place of waiting, the prison of souls, where the righteous waited, Abraham, David, the prophets, those who believed in God, long before Jesus was born. Because until that moment, the gates of heaven were still closed. No one had entered paradise, not even the righteous. And yet on the cross, Jesus said to the thief beside him, "Today, you will be with me in paradise." But how if paradise was not yet open? The Apostle Peter writes that after his death, Christ went and preached to the spirits in prison. Paul writes that he descended into the lower parts of the earth, according to the tradition of the church and confirmed by the images of the early Christians. Christ descended into the realm of the dead, proclaimed victory over death, over darkness, over the grave. He broke the gates and led the faithful Abraham, David, and the prophets into the light, the journey that changed eternity. We have come to one of the greatest mysteries of the Christian faith, the descent. This is the story that, with this tragedy of Good Friday and the triumph of Easter Sunday, is connected. While many focus on the physical sacrifice, I point to the spiritual movement, the belief that Jesus did not simply cease to be for 3 days, but instead set out on a salvational mission. The theology of the descent is deeply consistent with the Apostles' Creed. He descended into hell, and ancient Orthodox iconography. Here is a breakdown of this journey between the cross and the resurrection. The destination, not the hell of eternal punishment, Gehenna, but Sheol or Hades, the collective waiting room for all souls. Abraham, eternal punishment, Gehenna, but Sheol or Hades, the collective waiting room for all souls. Abraham's bosom. The righteous who lived before Christ were essentially waiting for the key to the kingdom. Theologically, they were saved by faith in a promise they had not yet seen fulfilled. The proclamation, when Peter calls the sermon to the spirits in prison, many scholars interpret this as Jesus announcing his victory. This was not a second chance for the disobedient, but a day of deliverance for those who had died with hope. The broken gate. In traditional art, Jesus is often depicted standing at the broken gates of hell, pulling Adam and Eve out of their graves by the wrists. Why, today, in paradise, the paradox mentioned, Jesus telling the thief that they would be in paradise today, while he was going down into the depths, is often explained by the nature of God's presence. Wherever Christ is, there is paradise. By descending into Sheol, he transformed this prison into a gateway to heaven for those who followed him. Let a thought be etched in your mind that adds depth to the Easter story, often overlooked in modern conversation. It transforms the pause in the story into a moment of intense, unseen action.